YouTube Nation, MegaMan TV, aka Me TV, aka there's three things in life that are certain. That's death, taxes, and overreactions to situations. And it doesn't matter what the situation is, but I'll let you tell it. Anyways, I want to say thank you for watching the show. Thank you for sending me information. And today we start off, as you know, with EA and their bullshit. So let's get started here, people. Let's get started. All right, first off, EA says, we had a rocky start on the 360. It says, but our new IPs and Frostbite will dominate the 720. So they're already pushing for next generation. You should know this by now, people. This is what they're going to do. And it's pathetic they would say something like that. But EA, for those who don't know, I'm sure you guys know already, all right? But they tried to pay $1 billion to buy out Valve. Now, this is really interesting because, as we all know, EA was just trashing Valve not too long ago. First, they were cool with Valve. Then they pulled their games from it, right? Then they made, their own Origins. Then they trashed Valve. Now you're trying to buy out the competition. That's what this comes down to. But Valve says, no dice. And speaking of dice, all right, DICE says that EA is innovative. Really? They're innovative? Okay, well, you know what? If you believe that they're innovative, I got some volcano insurance here I can sell you. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. All right, Valve, but nice try, Valve. Anyways, back on EA. Their Facebook has been hacked. That's right. They've been raided with Gabe Newell and hentai, apparently. I'm just saying, EA is just taking a hit all over. Also, I have to talk to you guys real quick about this. Publishers have been accused of exploiting Kickstarter. I want to talk about this for a minute, okay? Because it says here, Obsidian CEO says that we were actually contacted by some publishers over the last few months that wanted us to do a Kickstarter. He revealed in his team's own KS page. It says, I said to them, so you want us to do a Kickstarter for using our name. It says, we then get the Kickstarter money to make the game. You then publish the game. But we don't get to keep the brand we make, and we only get a portion of the profits. And the publisher said, yes, that's ridiculous. You have to be kidding me. First off, they can't name names. I understand because you don't want to start a war or whatever. But this is just, it's unethical. This is what I mean. Every time you get something good like Kickstarter, here comes a big company to exploit it and everything. No, this is wrong. And I don't care if this is business or not, that is very unethical when it comes to business. This is why Kickstarter has been made, because big-time publishers don't want to take the risk on certain games. And not just games alone, but Kickstarter is, for other things as well. For companies to come in and do this, it's wrong. Absolutely wrong. And yet, people will not call them on it. I understand, like I said, you can't name names, but you have to pay attention to what's going on in this gaming market, in this community. If not, they will keep railroading you people. They will keep trying to find ways. Now, I do want to talk about Capcom real quick, because Capcom has trademarked the term MegaMan. That's right. So here we go again. I guess they're going to give us a MegaMan. I don't know. Compared to some of you guys, you've been sending messages about it. You're not very happy about it. So I guess I don't know if it's one of those things where you weren't happy that you didn't get a MegaMan game. Now you're getting one. You're still not happy, but I guess it's what they're doing with it is what you're upset about. Now, I want to talk about more people that are upset, because people are unable to redeem their codes for Tekken Tag 2. If you're unable to redeem your codes, there is a link in the info bar for you guys that will help you out. Hopefully it will help you out, all right? And that's for those who are experiencing these problems. Now, also, a famous boxing coach is using Tekken Tag 2 as a training tool, believe it or not. That link will also be in the info bar for you guys. Now, I do want to talk about more of this overreacting, because we got to talk about Bayonetta 2, all right? We all know that Bayonetta 2 has been announced for the, the Wii U. And people were like, Bayonetta 2, yeah! And then it was announced for the Wii U, and people was like, oh. And then all of a sudden, this hate came out of nowhere. And before anyone says, well, the death threats were, they were wrong. Yes, they were absolutely wrong. Absolutely, all right? But there's a difference between death threats, what we've seen, in the past, where people say, oh, well, you killed our character, in a picture, that's a death threat. No, that's not a death threat. This is a death threat. Now, I hope you're seeing the difference between somebody saying, oh, this is a death threat, and an actual death threat. This is what I said before about people not knowing what death threats are because they've never been threatened. So hopefully this puts that to bed now, all right? You just get past that. But now I have to talk to you gamers. What is going on with our community? Why is it when a game is announced for a certain platform, we have people, threatening others, threatening developers? This is ridiculous. I don't understand this. And here's the funny part, all right? Because just a couple weeks ago, these were the same people who were jumping all over me. Don't you talk about platinum games, blah, blah, blah. Now you're turning your back on them and threatening them. It's like gaming is turning to pro wrestling. I don't understand this. This is wrong. It's absolutely wrong. You shouldn't be threatening anybody over it. You have to understand that Bayonetta 2 did not have a home to begin with. All right, so you should be happy that it's being made. Remember, Sega had canceled it at one point, and Platinum Games was saying, well, we don't think it's canceled, but we'll work something out. And we all know about Sega's financial problems. So there you go. Nintendo stepped in and said, we'll take care of it. You should be happy that it's on something. Now, if you don't like the Wii U, that's, you have every right for that. All right, if you feel that passionately about it, you don't like it, that's your thing. You don't like it, I'm not going to jump all over you for it. You don't like it, you don't like it, okay? But what makes you think that it would have been made for the PS3 or the 360? How you know they wouldn't have pushed it over to the next generation and make you buy another console? See, this is what I don't understand. People need to calm down. I just don't understand. And it's not only the fact that the death threats have been made. It hurts the community. It hurts, any type of credibility that us gamers try to talk to developers, because when you try to talk to developers and actually give them advice or, legit reasons why you're concerned about something, they're going to look back on this and say, yeah, you're just one of those type of people who like to, threaten. That's what's going to happen. So anyways, it's not just the death threats now, because now we're hearing gamers come out and confirming that gamers, because of the announcement, now they're threatening to kill themselves.
You guys actually, like I was saying, have a reason to be upset that it's on a different console. It's just, you gotta take it with a little bit of a different stride than saying, I'm going to kill myself, and repeatedly going crazy on the people that develop the game.
So now we have gamers talking about doing bodily harm to themselves over a game that's being announced on a certain platform. And we're not talking like in a joking matter either, no. We're talking dead serious. There's problems with this generation's gamers. I've never seen this ever, alright? Never. We didn't have it last generation before that. We didn't see people kill themselves in the arcade, over them losing a game or something. Nothing like this has ever happened. And I don't understand why all of a sudden it has to start happening. I don't understand if it's the anonymity of the internet, where, you're concealed, you're hidden, and you don't have to worry about, any consequences, so you can just act any way you want. I'll talk about that a little bit later, okay? But I just don't understand it. If you're having these type of problems, all right, when it comes to video games, you need to put the video games down, and this is dead serious, all right? Take away the video games from that person. Go outside and have, a larger view on life. Get a larger perspective. You need help. And here's the thing, because these things come down the pipe and you see this news, and you think with all these YouTubers that we have, that we would have more taking a stand instead of trolling. But no, they just think about themselves. What is going on? All right, we have developers who don't care about you, will call you names in a heartbeat. We got publishers who don't give a damn. We got gamers who are threatening each other and threatening to kill themselves. I don't understand this. The community, this is what I mean about sticking together and being a community and helping each other through tough times. This is a tough time right now, because like I said, even though if you're not one of those people who say, hey, look, I don't have a problem with the Wii U or Bayonetta, it affects you as well, because they're going to label us all, they're going to put us all under the same umbrella. They really are. And I just don't understand. And some of you guys had sent me a message saying, Event, what do you think about Bayonetta 2 and the reaction it's getting? Besides the fact that you seem to look down on exclusives. Yes, I do, because I feel in my heart of hearts that all gamers should have the chance to play every game without buying an extra console, an extra handheld or whatever. But I do understand it is a business, okay? But that's just how I feel as a gamer, okay? It says, what do you think of people blowing up over it and acting like it's as bad as DMC? It's not as bad as Devil May Cry, all right? Devil May Cry fan base and developers and publishers, they've been at each other's throats for 2 years now. This game has only been announced last week. It's hard for me to compare those two. Let's see what happens down the line and see what happens, in the future, and how gamers react, or how, what happens. And then I can compare. But right now, this is already, overseen. When you talk about taking your life over a game, no. And I want to talk a little bit more about anonymity, because I want to talk about this real quick, because I got a tweet not too long ago, right? It says, this person sent me, it says, there is zero respect on online fighting games. I just beat a guy in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and he calls me a dirty nigger. Wow. Really? Look. Guys, look, I will talk about this in the future, all right? Next gaming video, I'm going to talk about this. I have a couple things I have to talk about with the fighting game community, because I feel that it's an injustice what's going on with those gamers. There's some certain things in tournaments I feel is wrong that needs to be cleaned up, and it's actually to help those guys, that are in those tournaments. I just think it's wrong. There's no reason. This type of comments I get on Twitter and things of this nature, it's absolutely wrong. There's no reason why we should be treating each other this way. all right, when it comes to, you know, playing a game or an announcement or something like that. No way. It makes the community look horrible. Now, I do want to talk one more thing. This person sent me something. It says, I got a suggestion for you. It says, since you're a popular guy on YouTube, I suggest you try to use your influence to point spotlight on good causes for gamers. I thought I already did that, but apparently I'm not doing a good enough job. All right, it says, example, there is a game called Battle Hunter, or The Hunter, that was for PS1. Have you played it by any chance? Really? You mean this game? Yeah, I got it. You have to understand, I got this game years ago, and I want to show you guys, I didn't even open it yet. See that? Didn't even open it. Why? Because I played it over a friend's house. I beat it over a friend's house, and as soon as I did, I went out and bought it, all right, years ago. Like I said, I bought it for $7.99, brand new. Brand new. It was a price drop. So I definitely played it, okay? It is a great game. It says, anyhow, it's a small budget game that many people, including I, love. It's a small game, and because it's a small game, the gameplay is fun. It's not the greatest, but it's really fun. I think it's a great game, but that's just me. It held my attention a lot. It says, the game has room for improvements, and if anyone bought the rights to it, they could earn loads. It says Facebook version of it. That's what it says. That's his suggestion, Facebook version. And yes, it can take an improvement, and someone can take this and spin this and make it even more than what it is. This is my point. Midas Entertainment, publisher for the game in EU, could give out the game for PS3 if enough people request it. It says I was on their site, and it seems they are giving out classic games, out for the PS3. That's what it says. All right, so I'm all for it, guys. I don't understand why this game has gone under the radar, flown under the radar as much as it is. If you have never heard of it, I understand, okay? But Battle Hunter is a great game. I felt that it was worth staying in my collection, but I've definitely played it. It is a great game. Anyways, guys, I'm done for today. We're going to get back into this, especially the gaming aspect of it. We're going to get back into this very soon. I have to talk about the fighting game community, like I said, in comments like that. There's no reason for it whatsoever. Anyways, I will talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe. And I mean that. Be safe, especially when you have people trying to kill themselves over these games. I'll talk to y'all then. I'm out.